stand on the verge of extinction.
Infertility spreading across the globe.
Humanity's last living generation.
A major scientific breakthrough.
Yet there is hope for our future.
The project known as the Lemnis Gate.
But if we are to survive, first, we must go back. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go. Shield attached. Protect and serve.
You have only one mission. Activate the Lemnis Gate.
Hello everyone and welcome to the first live gameplay stream for Lemnis Gate. I'm Jens, part of the community team here at Frontier, and it is my absolute pleasure to be your host for the next hour or so as we play a bit of Lemnis Gate 1v1. But I will not be doing this alone. I have 3 other lovely people who will be joining me on this journey, and I will introduce them very, very shortly. But first, let's see who we've got in chat. We've got Ignis Eternus here, we've got Matt Sace, we've got Heather G, we've got Millstone Barn, Guardian 180, Just Joe. We've got just an amazing community of people hanging out, chatting, and are ready to see more Lemnis Gate gameplay. I'm really, really excited about this. I've been excited about this for the whole week, and so what we're going to do today is we're going to play 2 matches of Lemnis Gate, and as I said, I will not be doing this alone, so allow me to introduce my cohorts in this stream. So we've got to my right, your left, we've got my lead community manager, Tim.
There we go.
Yes, exactly. He's over there. That's where he is.
I'm just getting used to the mirroring and I have to point in the wrong direction. Like, you're over there.
We've got Tim, lead community manager here at Frontier. We've also got in the top left corner, we've got Bruno Goldstein, community developer at Ratloop Games Canada. How you doing, Bruno? How's it going?
I'm doing amazing. Super glad to be able to showcase the game a little bit more to all of you folks. Super excited.
Fantastic. And right above me, we've got Corey Kaspersky, also from Ratloop Games Canada, the 3D artist working on Lemnis Gate. How's it going, Corey?
Great. Also very excited to showcase some Lemnis Gate gameplay today.
Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. So before we kick off, let's get into the basics. What is Lemnis Gate?
Sorry, I see Brent going, yeah, Bruno and Corey. I feel the same way every time I talk to them.
We got a hype squad. We got our own hype squad.
Yeah, we've got a hype squad, both from Frontier and from Ratloop.
Yep.
But yeah, let's talk a bit about it. What is Lemnis Gate? I'm going to throw it over to Corey to sort of explain the basics of what we got going on here.
Yeah, so for those who are uninitiated to Lemnis Gate, what it is a turn-based first-person shooter where every match takes place inside the same 25-second time loop. So players will be taking turns, adding operatives into the time loop, and forming unique strategies and counterplays against one another in an attempt to win the objective, or whatever that may be, whether it's retrieve XN or seek and destroy, which we'll be showing off today.
Yeah, absolutely. So it is, like you said, a turn-based strategy first-person shooter where the moment-to-moment gameplay happens in real time, but each player's moves happens in turns, and you're going to be able to see what that looks like in just a few minutes. So you plan, you strategize, you adapt, you overcome, execute your strategies, all that cool stuff. So we're
Execute
gonna
the strategies.
exactly. We're gonna be playing on 2 different maps in 2 different game modes with 7 operatives, which are the main playable characters you'll be playing as, and we're gonna introduce the gameplay modes as we jump into them. But first, we should mention that Lemnis Gate is currently available for pre-order, and if you pre-order now, you get a 20% off the full price and an exclusive in-game Metal Mantis suit and weapon skin for the character known as Carl. I just wanted to bring up this lovely little pre-order graphic that we have made, which will cover up all our lovely faces.
And Carl is right here.
Yes, and right here. So let's, if you go to lemnisgategame.com/pre-order, that's pre-order, you can put in your pre-order for PC and for console. BRV1 on Twitch says they're super hyped for the game. Chris L on YouTube says, got it already, can't wait. That's awesome. Thank you so much for pre-ordering and for supporting us. Just Joe asked, who's coming out on top in these matches? Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
We've done some training already, and let's just say the results have been fairly one-sided.
There's been a clear winner, and then there's been me. But we'll see how that goes this time.
Exactly. It's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting to see, but I think it's gonna go well. So the first map that we're gonna jump into is called Tectonic Wells, and it is the map where one of the Retrieve XM maps. So as Bruno and Tim are getting set up, I'm going to throw it over to Corey to briefly explain what Retrieve XM is.
I will just a couple of caveats before we do go and get set up.
Okay.
For the stream today, you'll be seeing everything from my perspective.
Yes.
So you'll be seeing me take my turns. You'll be seeing me watching the map and the match unfold from the reconnaissance drone as well. Mm-hmm. And we are, of course, playing on an early build. So just be aware that it's not the final build of the game. Yes. But yes, you'll get to see all the different parts, but you'll see all of it from my perspective. And today it will be me playing against Bruno.
Cool. It's gonna be very interesting. But yeah, let's throw it over to Corey for a explanation of Retrieve XM.
Yeah, so Retrieve XM mode is our Lemnis Gate version of Capture the Flag, essentially. So instead of having your traditional 2-flag approach, we actually have 4 objectives on the map, and each player is going to try to capture as many of those XM objectives as they can by the end of the round. And obviously the goal is to have more objectives than your opponent when that's all said and done. It's a pretty wild game mode. The score can swing wildly back and forth. Absolutely. So it can be pretty suspenseful and intense. So you can never really tell what's going to happen until that very last turn is taken. So it's going to be exciting to see how it plays out.
We've seen some of that in the practice runs that we've played, where, like you said, it's been swinging back and forth pretty wildly depending on the plays that are happening. And it's been interesting to see how this game separates itself from other FPSs of the same sort of ilk, I guess, just by introducing the 25-second time loop. So as the boys here are setting, it looks like we're ready.
I think we're ready, actually.
Yes,
yes.
Right, so
we
let's
are.
Excellent.
Let's switch over, shall we? So here we are right away. We see we have Tim on the left-hand side playing on the Frontier account. We've got Bruno on the right-hand side as the red player. So Tim is blue, Bruno is red. And as we're starting, we are now waiting for Bruno to make his first moves, while Tim here is sitting inside the reconnaissance drone and can see what Bruno is doing as it's happening. And so what Bruno here is doing is basically executing and recording a set of actions. So he's running up, grabbing a piece of XM, bringing it back to his gate pod, his main, where he's spawning from, and then throwing a grenade.
What a grenade!
Yeah, that's a good grenade throw. Really good grenade throw. And then once 25 seconds are up, Bruno's turn is over, and now Tim can observe the round as many times as he wants, basically watching the 25-second time loop over and over and over again until he's sure of what he wants to do as a strategy.
All right, let's see.
So let us see there what I'm sure Tim has a strategy in mind. Now for a map like this, there's some height difference going on here? Is there a
little verticality?
yeah, there's a bit of verticality. What do you think would be a good play here, Corey? Should you go high? Should you go low? Should you go off to the sides? Like what would be one of the what would be a good play here?
Well, it depends. Either he can double down and attempt to stop Bruno from capturing that A objective and preventing him from capturing it at all, or he could potentially take one of the side routes and focus on a separate objective. That's the main reason why we put multiple objectives on the map, is to give players options as to what objective they might potentially want to pursue. It looks like he managed to take A from him, so he's just stopped Bruno from capturing that point entirely by killing his Capitan before she managed to get it, and then taking it back to the gate himself.
Yeah. And of course, now that both Tim and Bruno have played out their turns, it switches back over to Bruno again. Tim is back in the drone and can observe everything that's happened in the previous loop, as well as what Bruno will be doing on his second round. So we sort of saw like a mirror play here, I guess, where they both went for the middle, and Tim decided to respond to Bruno's opening play with an aggressive play on his own. But we see Bruno here running off to the side with Carl, grabbing a piece of XM and then running back to the spawn point. And grabbing a second objective there and potentially turning the match in his favor. We'll see how this goes. Bruno here also placing a shield
bubbled,
on Capitan, which then saves her from Tim's initial onslaught. So now it's been shifted back into Bruno's favor, as you can see here.
Let's see.
So Tim now can, of course,
very nice shield bubble.
Yes, that's an excellent placement of the shield bubble, and the shield bubble can be placed both on operatives and in the environment. And so it's important to be smart about where you place those shield bubbles.
Okay.
You can see throwing that bubble on D there right on the ground over top of the objective. So planning to potentially protect himself from fire from Tim there in the future round.
Exactly. Tim here. Oh no.
Oh, no.
I made a small mistake there.
Well, it happens. Sometimes you fall off. Sometimes you fall off the lever.
Yep.
Almost had him with the rocket.
Small mistakes. It's okay.
But Tim was able to take down that shield and bring 1 point back to his side, but unfortunately fell down a small crevice there. And
I forgot to jump. It makes all the difference.
Yeah, he did manage to counter Bruno's shield there with the additional rocket with a little extra damage. He did manage to again kill that Capitan and keep him from getting A. So A is still in the field again.
It is. It's still anyone's game, as we can see right now. It is.
The jumping is a must. I agree. Jumping is absolutely a must.
It is a.
All right.
It is a good idea to do. If you're just joining us, we are playing Lemnis Gate, and the reason we are playing Lemnis Gate on the Frontier Development's Twitch channel is the simple fact that we are publishing this game later this year in collaboration with our good friends over at Ratloop Games Canada, who are the developers. I see there's some confusion in Twitch chat as to why we're playing this and not something else, but that is the reason. I just wanted to give that a quick explanation so people can see, so people can understand what's currently happening. So yeah, we are on the, Tim is just playing his third round now, sending out Toxin, who's a more of a trap.
They want that A objective.
Yes.
Oh.
Who can,
So,
explain Toxin a bit for us, Corey.
Yeah, so Toxin has a sort of crowd control type goo weapon, which allows her to place down damaging toxic spots on the map to set up sort of some defensive choke points. And she also has a displacer weapon, which allows her to teleport very quickly across the map and makes it very difficult for your opponent to actually take a shot at her, because she's going to be warping from one point to the other fairly quickly. So if you want to actually keep track of her, you got to time your shots a little bit better and keep track of where exactly she's moving.
It's really important because some of these operatives have abilities and skills that allow them to fairly quickly move from one place to another. And I see also there's some sliding going on, as in you can hit crouch when you're sprinting to slide forward, giving you a tiny bit of extra momentum forward.
Oh, it's going to be a tough round.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough round. Bruno is in the lead with 3 points now. So
Yeah.
this can still change, of course.
This can change.
This can change. There is still,
Right.
it's still possible for Tim to take out some key operatives in the timeline here. So time and the flow of time is a very important mechanic in Lemnis Gate. And maybe you can explain a bit more about that, Corey.
Yeah, it looks like Bruno has actually secured 2 objectives with his vendetta there. So it might be wise of Tim to potentially take her out, because that could eliminate 2 points for Bruno. Oh, there he goes with the sniper shot.
It is important to
So by eliminating her, he might have
I
actually
missed that
gained
one there.
2 points there. Oh, he could have almost stopped all 3 potentially there.
Not enough.
Bruno was actually pretty clever though, because he's doubled down on some of those objectives with more than 1 operative as well.
Yes.
So even though Tim's managed to take out 1 operative that grabbed the objective, Bruno had gone there in previous turns with other operatives. So they actually, it looks like that Carl actually managed to still pick up that D objective from a previous turn and bring it back to the gate.
So if there's still some confusion about what's going on, for every round, every turn, they're recording a set of actions which are then repeated over and over again in the subsequent turns.
Yeah.
And then you can go in and take out those previous actions if you want to, or respond to what has just happened. So Tim can choose to respond to what happened in turn 1, turn 4, turn 2, turn 3, depending on who will help change the flow of the match. But right now it seems to be in it seems to be very much be in Bruno's favor, because Bruno has 4 objective points.
Yeah. It could go back and forth multiple times too. Like sometimes you'll kill an operative and their actions won't be relevant for a turn, and then you could save them again, and all of a sudden their actions are relevant again later in the match.
Yeah.
So sometimes keeping 1 operative alive is a key part of your strategy.
All right,
and you need to double down.
We're going to try this.
Of them over the other.
And in between each turn, you have the drone where you can observe everything that's happened, and you can try to, you could lay out some markers and try to build your strategy. Tim here coming in with Rush, who's a speedier character, speedier operative than the others, grabbing a piece of XM, trying to make it back to his spawn point, but unfortunately is unable to make it. That's a shame. That's the first half of the first match, but you managed to stop Bruno from securing.
What I'll do is I'll fly up here and try and do a view of the whole map on a replay. There we go. Something like this.
I gotta say, it was well played in that last round, because at one point Bruno had 4 points and now he's down to 1 point instead, like 1 objective captured. So you managed to do something to him at least.
It was just that little bit missed on Deathblow there towards the end that could have tipped the scales, but it's okay. We got another half to go.
Definitely. So let's hit continue and let's keep moving forward, shall we?
Alrighty.
So at the end of half of the match, we tally up some points, and then we continue on to the second half. So it is possible for Tim to win this if he gets enough points in the second half of the match as well. So let's see what people are saying in chat. Psychit says, honestly, can't wait. This looks so much fun. Thank you so much. Tony Okami says it's chess with shooting. That is absolutely true, and that's also part of what the reconnaissance drone is for, is so you can have sort of that chess-like overview when you sit there and you play. And
alrighty, I'm gonna hit second half.
All right.
Here we go.
So now we've switched sides. So now Tim is still playing blue player, and Bruno is still playing red player. But they have switched sides, so now they are on opposite ends of the map.
We also switched the order where we will play.
Correct.
So right now, Tim is going to be the first person to be playing the rounds, and I'm going to follow up after him. So one of the things that I believe that I plan to do on this right now is to shift my focus a little bit strategy-wise. I was trying to be very proactive on the first round, trying to be more aggressive, and now I'm going to shift and try to be a little bit more reactive towards everything that Tim throws my way. So let's see how that goes.
Yeah.
We're going to see how this goes.
Let's play.
And Tim here coming up with Vendetta, who's the who's the character who, the operative, sorry, who can set up turrets. We're calling them attack pods here, which will then hit everything in front of them. And we'll see if this will, this strategy will turn out well for him. Or if
May as well
Bruno,
put an extra.
yeah, or if Bruno is able to counter this some way.
Right now, I'm going to use one of the features we have, a strategy marker that you folks unfortunately won't be able to see. Tim will be able to show you. But essentially, I just marked exactly where Tim places his first turret. I don't want him casting so many turrets around the map. This is going to make life difficult for me. So I'll try to kill him as fast as possible and eliminate the threat. So let's see how it goes.
Let's see how it goes.
I'll give him a follow. Hang on. There we go.
Let's see if we've got some questions in chat. Dr. Dreadnought asks, is there a team-based, like 2 people on 1 team? There is a 1v1 mode, and there is 2v2 match types as well. So you can be 2 people on 1 team playing as 2 other people on another team, if you so choose. And yes, the A, B, C, D that's on the interface there is the objectives that they need to bring back to the spawn point in order to score a point. So yes, we've got Capitan countering Vendetta, which means that Vendetta won't be able to place her attack pods, thereby destroying some of Tim's initial opening strategy there. But if Tim is able to take out Bruno's Capitan, then Vendetta's initial opening strategy of placing out the attack pods can still happen. So we will see how this goes.
Oh.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I think Tim also...
Nope, I didn't get it.
It's important to not overshoot when you try to hit those, those extras.
What is important to mention as well that even though Tim was successful in this run, his rush actually took lots of damage. So for me, it's going to be a lot easier right now to try to stop this play from happening by just tapping rush a little bit. So let's...
Yeah. You've also got Vendetta very low on health as well, meaning you've got your future operatives will be able to shoot the past quite easily, I think.
Yes.
Sometimes a little damage mitigation is all it takes as well to save the character.
Definitely.
You could just take one shot.
Definitely, definitely. There's a lot of countering one operative with another. I can tell here. There's a lot of Tim shooting this operative and Bruno shooting that operative, and then back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah. I think what I need to look at now is seeing if I can keep those 2 alive.
Yeah. There's always a way, Tim. You know this.
We know the way. We know I'm not very good at the way.
I mean, you do have that operative who can put shields down.
I'm going to try it. Let's give it a go.
Also super important to keep in mind that if you see any of us shooting bullets in the air, this is a 4D strategy that we're using time to create choke points in the maps.
No. Oh, I should have reloaded.
So trying to anticipate whatever your opponent's going to do, where they're going to be, and trying to limit their options in the map or where to move. It's it might be super advantageous for you during gameplay.
I can see Bren saying, "Oof, the reload." I mean, I should have reloaded. I should have reloaded while he was hiding in the building. I didn't think.
Definitely.
25 seconds is both the longest and shortest time.
You can do a lot in 25 seconds, but you can't do everything, unfortunately. Dart Killers asks, does it pick up objectives automatically? Yes, it does. You can just run up to them and then you get the objective. Sorry, Corey, what were you saying?
I was just saying, in regards to your 25 seconds, sometimes it's a wise strategy to consider really consider what you're going to be doing during your turn, because it can feel like, oh, I want to kill, go kill this guy and capture this one and bring this back. But odds are you're probably not going to have enough time to do that, and it might be wiser to kind of choose to focus on one big thing during your turn, and then maybe if you have time, doing that smaller objective, so you don't get overwhelmed trying to do everything within that 25 seconds.
For sure. And then
because you do need to keep in mind you got to bring objectives back too, right?
Yeah.
Not just kill your opponents.
It's also a good idea to remember that damage on operatives will stack. So if you take out half of their hit points in one turn, you can take out the remaining half afterwards in a subsequent turn. So
yep. I've popped down a strategy marker here. I'm going to attempt to deal with both operatives at the beginning when we get round. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, yeah, because you can see Bruno walks on the same spot with both those operatives.
As Bren
placed rocket.
As Bren points out, there's still a lot of damage on rush. You can always get it done with another operative.
Oh, I missed the shots.
Yeah,
there.
that's why we have those little health bar indicators above the operative's heads.
Nice
Nice
rocket!
I got one. I don't think I'm going to get back in time.
Sniped me with a rocket. Wow.
Let's see if I can get back in time.
You can do it, Tim. You can do it. I believe
No, I
in
can't.
You. Oh, no. He almost had it. He almost had it. So close.
Just practicing my rocket sniping.
So close.
Yeah, I'm not sure if any of those first rockets actually connected, unfortunately.
No, they were very, very close. But there's no scar.
That's the thing about the rockets.
I see a sniper coming out here.
Yeah, you got to take your lead into consideration there with those rockets.
Yeah.
They take time.
That's a good spot to remember.
So.
No, don't grab that.
I think you just played yourself. Right?
Yep, you did.
But I did save my rush,
But you
which
also moved back in again. That's fantastic.
Still captured it though. He still came back. Yeah.
Still came back. So we're back in the. Got to turn it all around in the last round.
Let's see what you can do, Tim. I believe in you. You got this.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
I believe in you too, Tim.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Bruno still has one more
support.
turn though, so he's got to make sure
Yep.
his strategy is locked in.
That
on
is
this
very
last
true.
turn.
That is very true. And
he ends up here at 15 seconds.
You can also play yourself, as it were, by blocking your own shots, blocking your own grenades, for example, blocking your own rockets.
Okay, we're going to go high risk, high reward again with my terrible aim. Let's try it.
High risk, high reward.
Yeah, friendly fire is a thing. I don't think they friendly fired at all during this round, actually.
Not yet, but we'll see.
Oh,
so close.
Like the headshot.
Maybe. Oh, you missed it. You just missed it, Tim. Oh, there we go with the sniper shot. Is friendly fire a thing against yourself? Yes, we're calling it that now.
Yeah.
Friendly fire against yourself. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, this is more of a vindictive play of trying to stop you from getting XM rather than trying to score for
again.
yourself.
Though, you managed to stop two of his. He's still got one turn to recover.
Well, I think
So
Bruno's
I
time to
essentially need my sniper alive, so I'm gonna try to take care of yours.
Flintlock suggests selfish fire instead of friendly fire. And
Selfish fire. There you go. That's a great one.
I'm definitely going to be using this one going forward.
Fire. What is the time between rounds? The time between rounds. Somebody was asking in the chat.
Yes.
Is
between turns? Or...
Yeah. Well, between each time you put an operative into the loop. Yep. Very much depends on the person who's playing, the active person. If they know what they want to do straight away, they're going to jump in straight away. If they want to take a little bit more time, you've got over 25 seconds, but I think it's maybe like 30. Top of my head.
You do have around like 50 seconds to make your move, plan ahead, and before you actually execute. Yeah.
We'll do a cinematic watch of my valiant troop heading in.
Yeah, I think it's 50, 60 seconds.
You
can throw an operative in at any point in time, whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
And here's the successful. Oh, not so successful over there.
Oh, wow.
There she goes. She
Cool. seconds. I think that's the end of the first match.
I think that is the end of the first match. So we are going to jump back here. And Tim.
Yes.
You lost.
I lost.
What happened there, buddy?
Well, there were a few points where I had a slight slip where I either fell down because I didn't jump or I just missed entirely. I will say keyboard and mouse need to get a little bit more practice in, but it's okay. I will go for the next map and we'll see if I can do a little bit better on that one.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun trying to anticipate some of the things that Bruno was doing there. Even though 25 seconds gives you, like we were saying, it's both the most ridiculously long and short amount of time at once. Those moment-to-moment shots that you need to line up feel like even less than a second when you're placing them. So I think when I tried to take on a sniper, for example, I only really had about a second to line my shot up, even though I knew where it was going to be. But you've still got to make sure your own positioning is there. Yep. You're not running in front of your own gunfire, so there's no selfish fire going on. But I definitely shot myself in the back a few times there. I think one of my favorite stories from when we've been playing this, practicing, is I managed to shoot myself in the future with a rocket from across the map because I was not paying attention to what had happened in a past loop. And that's how I learned the lesson of playing in 4 dimensions very, very well by getting shot by myself.
I did the same thing once where I was throwing a grenade through a doorway, and then 3 turns later, I had an operative run through that doorway and get hit with that same grenade that I threw, and basically just exploding my entire strategy as it was happening.
This is almost like a rite of passage in Lemnis Gate, you know, when you first kill your operative from a past round, and then you are, of course, very sad at the moment, but then that clicks for you, and then it's what makes Lemnis Gate extremely beautiful and different, you know. Definitely.
I think it's certainly one of the more fun aspects of this game. Bruno, what was your strategy here? Was it just attack, or what was your thinking going into this?
Absolutely not. On the first round, I tried to diversify as much as possible, create opportunities for myself while trying to lock Tim away from certain areas or from certain angles that he could pick up shots and eventually take out my operatives. And on the second half, it was more about just being very careful and looking exactly what Tim was doing, and then just trying to prepare a solid strategy that would, you know, stop him right away, but also considering the next rounds. So taking anticipation shots, trying to create choke points for him, and making it harder by spreading my team to grab. One goes here, one goes there. They cross paths as well in case one of the operatives gets downed. So it was quite fun match.
So Corey, what do you think of some of the plays that we saw here?
Yeah, I think unfortunately Tim did suffer a few misplays during that match that ended up hurting him in the long run. And Bruno, like you said, he was very intelligent with how he was spreading his operatives out across the map, focusing on more than one objective and not sort of bottlenecking himself into overly committing to securing one objective. That sort of happened at the start of the very first round, where they were kind of battling over A. A little excessively there, and
slight
can
overcommit
easily get to that headspace in Lemnis where you're just like, he took A, he took it back from me, and then you just want to go back and forth until the last round's there, and you've just fought over A the whole time, and all it takes is, you know, Bruno going over and capturing B because you've ignored it the entire time. So it is important to diversify your strategy and not just kind of hyper focus in on one objective the entire time. You got to sort of spread out a little bit.
Definitely.
And hedge on multiple objectives.
One of our practice matches, that was exactly what happened. We had such a fierce battle over A and C in the middle. Then when it came to the final operative, Bruno looked at 9 operatives fighting over this center and just turned to the left and just went, to the left on camera. It's that way, right?
Yep.
And just picked up a single piece of XM. He didn't even run. He just walked.
Yeah,
it's just a nice amble stroll down the Tectonic wells to go and pick up a piece of XM, and then he won. So
outstanding move.
Yeah.
Like,
It's a beautiful sight. What can I say? You know, it's nice to enjoy the view.
to consider what side of the turn you're on as well, whether or not you've taken the first turn or you're getting the last turn as well, can really impact your strategies that you're forming too. So you need to also keep that in mind to be like, am I going to have the last turn for this round? Because that can impact what choices you're going to make. Because having that last turn can be a powerful. But that's also why we give both players the opportunity to have the last turn on both sides as well. That's why we do the swap.
Yep. All right. Let us jump into the next match. We're going to switch game modes here.
We'll get set up then.
Yes, I was going to say, we can jump in so you can get set up. I was going to introduce the game mode. Do a whole... It's all planned. It's all planned, Tim. All up here.
I got you.
So we're going to let you guys get set up. So we are jumping into Howler's Meyer is the name of the map, which is one of our Seek and Destroy maps. So Corey, why don't you quickly run down what Seek and Destroy is all about?
Yeah, so we're going to be playing Seek and Destroy next. So there's 2 objectives on the map, an A and a B objective. And each player will take turns either attacking and defending those objectives. So if you're attacking, your goal is going to be to have one of those objectives destroyed by the end of the round. And as a defender, you're going to want to make sure that you attempt to preserve those objectives.
And as you've already seen, when there's a 25-second time loop involved, there's a lot of shenanigans and fun strategies that can happen. But we're gonna let Tim and Bruno show you.
Let's do it. We're ready to go.
Show you how it's going.
We're ready to go. Wow.
So let's switch over. So we have on yes. So.
I'm on defense.
Tim is on defense and Bruno is on attack. And then once they've played the first half, they're going to switch over and do it the other way around.
Yes.
I'm
gonna give Tim a little bit of time to show the map a little bit, show where the objectives are, so you folks are all familiar with it, and then let's get going.
So iCarambo in chat asks, does each map have their own game mode, or can you play a different game mode on each map? So there are specific game modes that are tied to specific maps. So Tectonic Wells that we played in the first match here, that's always going to be a Retrieve XM map. And Howler's Meyer is always going to be a Seek and Destroy map. So it's all about, you know, it's not just about learning the different operatives, but it's also about learning the maps and learning, you know, all the different intricacies, as you can see. Because Howler's Meyer, which we've got right in front of us here, is a bit broader and a bit flatter than Tectonic Wells is, which was more concentrated, but also had more verticality in its layout. So the first round is on the way, and we see already a Capitan play here, and Tim needs to select their operative and try to do a counterplay. So let's see how it goes. You ready, Tim?
I'm just wondering how to tackle this one.
Exactly.
It's just I want to save all my operatives for later, basically. Yeah. But we're gonna go like this.
Message here from Zach. I'm not sure if it's a helpful message, but he says, "Oh man, Tim, Bruno is going to destroy you. It was nice knowing you." So you know, there's some.
Let's not go too crazy.
Nice rockets there with Deathblow, which then has destroyed Capitan and taken her out of the timeline. And
why so many mines, Tim?
Because that point is mine.
Okay. Okay.
All right, we're gonna bump up the game audio a little bit so people can hear a bit more. So you might have noticed that when Capitan was taken out, she was reduced to a red sort of digital silhouette. That's what we call ghost mode. And maybe Corey, you can explain briefly what ghost mode is all about.
Yeah, so nice shield bubble there, Bruno, I have to say.
Thank you.
Still dies, but well done. Yeah, so when an operative dies, they become represented by a ghosted silhouette of the appropriate color for what team they're on. So that's just so you can continue to track what their actions were during that turn, because it's possible that you could save them, like Bruno does right here, an attempt to save Capitan with that shield bubble. Unfortunately, the follow-up rocket still manages to to kill her. So her actions are again made irrelevant, unfortunately, unless he manages to save her again. But that's an important element of farming strategy as well, is that even if you die halfway through your 25-second turn, you should continue to play and continue to take the actions that you wanted to take, shooting at objectives or pursuing other operatives, because if you manage to save that operative later on, all those actions are going to become real relevant again in the timeline and could actually win you the match in the end.
Absolutely. It's always a good idea to have a couple of layers of strategy when you're trying to figure out what players are going to do.
That might have been dangerous for myself. No, I got out of the way. I blew up my own turret.
Guardian 180 asks, who won the first game? Bruno handily won the first game. But I mean, right now, Tim is looking pretty strong. I'm not gonna lie here.
Pretty solid so far.
Pretty solid, and that's a lot of turret placements in what is usually a very populated area on this particular map, because if you run straight to either A or B, then at some point you need to cross from A to B. And so if there's a lot of, as you can see, turrets putting in some work, taking out that death blow.
One thing to mention that is also one of my favorite things to do is that with my Carl, I placed a shield inside of the building while I was shooting A, not only to protect myself in the future, but because I knew that his death blow was going to take a shot very close to that. So if you folks see it, actually his death blow, it's gonna hurt himself if he's on rocket while I protect myself in the shield.
Splash damage is absolutely a thing when it comes to those rockets. I've been on the receiving end of that once where I accidentally shot straight into a wall that was right in front of me and blew myself up. So you have to be careful when you.
So if we look here, you'll see the damage there from the mine.
It's a creative use for Carl's shield, actually, which is typically a defensive weapon, but in that case, it was almost used offensively to kind of.
I ran out of time to put markers down, but it should be okay.
We'll see. We shall see. So Tim here running in with Capitan, who's a pretty good damage dealer with her machine gun and her grenades, managing to take out both Deathblow and helping take out Carl as well. So it is it's looking good for Tim right now. For Tim. But we'll see. It can still be anyone's game. It can still be anyone's game.
You can tell I'm getting my focus face on. I'm just looking real grumpy while I focus and knuckle down.
You've got to start activating those first-person shooter muscles, but also that strategy layer in your brain needs to be ticking as well.
Yeah, got to keep it all going at once.
Yep. So it's there's no such thing as hard counters in Lemnis Gate. Anything can sort of be countered by anything else. So it's important to play around with the different operatives and see who you like to play as best, and what sort of strategies you can figure out as their actions start to stack on top of each other and loop around. But on a map like this, Corey, what do you think is a good strategy for people on the offense trying to take down these resistors?
On the offense,
yes,
yeah, I guess some of the more, less defensive characters, like you said, they all have, similar to chess pieces, they all have a very unique role and a set of abilities to utilize. So it depends on what your opponent's doing, depending on what your choices are going to be and how you're countering that. Like you said, there's no wrong choice. There's no 100% hard counter. You could use defensive characters in a more offensive way, and vice versa, depending on the situation.
As we've also seen here, excellently being used, Carl being used defensively to prevent Striker from taking down Tim's operatives. And then Tim, I think, managed to turn the game in his favor again. But,
very well played.
Getting very close to the end here. I think, wow, this is very exciting.
Jump around, do nothing. No clue what to do with Carl after that moment. I didn't plan beyond taking out Striker.
Carl jumps is good.
Just jumping on the spot.
I'm not sure if Tim did that intent. Oh, I guess he was shooting in the previous turn there with that Capitan, because she was stationary, which made it nice and easy to line up that shield bubble on her to protect her, which is something you consider because you're playing with yourself as well, right? So sometimes landing that shield bubble on an operative can be a tricky maneuver to pull off. But if you're planning ahead and saying like, oh, I know I'm going to want to protect that Capitan, taking a second to stop your character during that turn and give yourself a clear shot in the future can be super helpful.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to do something very crazy here because I don't see many options for me, but I'm gonna try to steal the shield that I got on Capitan with my current character.
Really?
Yep, that's.
Oh, I missed it.
You missed.
Oh, so close.
It's always very annoying when you either put the shield in the wrong place or on the wrong operative. I've managed to block my own shield placement several times as I've been playing this game. So it's been tricky.
So right now, I need to follow. What is it that Vendetta does?
Vendetta, number 5 there. Yes.
I missed the shit for a little bit.
Oh, just hides in between the boxes in the buildings so quickly. What have we got?
I mean, you can try Striker or Rush, I think.
I mean, I think Rush is going to be the answer, but when is going to be the question, not who, I think.
I see people.
You can see he's got this run over this building here, straight inside. And I think the fight is over here to solve, really. Yeah, it's going to be
looks like it.
coming into fight over here. So let's try that.
And then at 5 seconds left, that's when she takes out that resistor.
Yeah, so I've got some time to get over there. Very, very quickly.
So I saw a couple of people asking in chat how many operatives there would be at launch. So it's 7. We're playing with the full roster right now.
My aim's terrible.
We've been introducing some.
Got it. Nice.
Got it.
We've been introducing some of these operatives on the Frontier forums, so you can head over there and check them out, and we'll be continuing with that as we go. And congratulations, Tim, on winning the first half.
GG.
Let's see some GGs in chat.
What I'll try and do, I'll try and give a bit of an overview. I think let's see where the action went. I'll try and be all cinematic with it. So
do that.
Here comes the crew. A lot of that fire is going to start happening around this building. There you go. There's that.
That's the Vendetta taken out before she's able to destroy the resistor.
And then I think, we need to reset and actually pay attention to the other half because there's so much going on by the end of a loop.
Yeah, I think you had some excellent shots going on in there. The Death Blow round completely changed the course of the match here for me. It made it extremely difficult to push in and take down one of your objectives there.
So 115 points for Tim as the blue player because of objectives, kills, and damage done, and only 9 points for Bruno as the red player for, again, objectives, kills, and damage done.
I think the majority of your points, it will come from the objectives.
Yes.
The kills and the damage are just that tiny little tipping point for if you do end up in a draw from the 2 rounds, 2 halves, sorry.
Yep.
Are we ready to go for the switch?
I think we are ready to go for the second half.
Let's go.
Yes.
I want to see how it goes. I'm very excited to see how this goes.
So I'm now going to have to completely flip how I'm approaching this because I'm going to have to do the attack. And Bruno gets to do basically what I just did to him, unraveling all of his...
Yeah, so
I have to attack.
This is actually a very difficult scenario for me right now because not only he prevented me from taking the objectives, but he managed to kill my whole squad. I didn't score many points, so this time, in order for me to win this match, I'll have to prevent him from taking any objectives while keeping all my operatives alive as well. So it's going to be a very tough one.
It is very tough. I think for maps like this, it sometimes seems like attackers have a bit of an advantage, but if your defensive play is strong enough, then of course you can run circles around the attackers as well, doing what they're supposed to be doing. Flintlock Engineering says that's a clever balance with the points. Love that the majority comes from playing the objectives. Thank you very much.
Absolutely.
That is the main focus for the game. It's all about the objectives. It's not necessarily always about the kills and the damage.
It's all about getting that Lemnis Gate powered.
Yep.
So in terms of, oh, Bruno's already started. In terms of what I was trying to do here is jump around a little bit erratically. I missed the jump there, but the idea being that if I do get the operative in, it's a little harder to shoot. But Bruno just set up a turret ready for me, so it was a moot point.
Dart Killers ask, is he shaking or are the guns shaking like that? There's a bit of recoil on some of the guns, so you also have to
Bit of it will be my twitchy aim.
Yeah,
but
and some of it
little
might
bit
also
will
be,
the recoil.
be Tim's twitchy aim, so why not both?
Why not both? Both is good, so I need to deal with that.
Yes.
Vendetta for sure.
And if you haven't noticed, there's some holes in the ground as well that the players can utilize to basically jump into underground tunnels if they want to quickly go from one place to another. They haven't been used that much in this match yet, but we'll
get the
see.
drone back
Maybe,
outside.
maybe later. And the drone, of course, can fly pretty much anywhere it wants to around the map to give you an overview of what's happening. And, so yeah.
No, I missed.
Oh no, you missed. Tim coming in with death blow. And misses again.
Well, I can just shoot myself as well, apparently.
Manages to take out the turrets, manages to take out the resistor, but that Vendetta is still out there. That Vendetta is still placing down attack pods. Guardian 180 asks, if you lose the first round but win the second round, who wins? That depends on the points that you get. So even if you have enough objective points, there might be some damage and some kill points that will save you. But the important part is to focus on the objectives, because that will grant you the most of it.
Yeah, so essentially just to split the difference there. That's what Bruno had mentioned at the start of the round, that he noticed that Tim had wiped his team as well as protecting both objectives. So he knows going into that round that he's going to have to work a little extra hard to make up that difference.
Just a little extra hard.
And as we can see, it seems like Bruno is working pretty hard
He's
already,
working hard.
being able to stop both of Tim's offenses so far, at least. So we shall.
Nice. You there too.
So I think.
So there's a double team up. There's a team up there with Toxin and Vendetta both putting down things that will do damage over time to operatives. Toxin with her
I'm going to attempt
Tox Cannon, and Vendetta with her attack pods.
See if I can do this.
It's Carl coming in.
Nope.
Placing
didn't
down
get
shield,
the
missing. Oh.
missing. A classic.
Classic. Maybe you can put it on
Nope.
Deathblow. Nope. Missing again.
I'm just going to miss all the shields. And then see all the turrets. Oh, this has gone badly for me.
Yeah.
And now I'm walking around.
And there's ghost mode. That is ghost mode, as you can see.
And there's me doing a little bit of panicking, as you can see. So this is what it looks like when you've got 25 seconds, your plan falls apart and you panic. You end up just running around, not really filling the objective. It works out well.
Yep.
One of my specialties. One of my specialties is missing with Carl's shields. Like, we've had a lot of fun with that while we've been practicing playing. I was so glad I get to share that with everyone else.
It is still possible to turn it around.
Yeah.
But it's starting to look like Bruno has this in the bag. I'm sorry to say, Tim.
That's okay.
Yeah. You had it for a while there. You had it for a while, and then...
I had him in the first half.
Not gonna lie.
It's going to come down to the points, though. It could still be pretty tight.
It's true. I could flip and just attempt to kill him instead. Right, I've got a lot going on here. It's going to be a tricky choice.
And Bruno's doing the smart thing by not bunching up his operatives, because if you bunch them up, you can throw in a grenade, you can throw down some of toxic mass or toxic material on the ground, for example, which will then do damage to groups as well. So we'll see Tim going for the Striker play, which is the high risk, high reward.
No, come out from behind a tree.
Striker has the Ripple ability, which allows him to slow down time, and nailing 2 of those headshots. Very nice. Very nice.
No, definitely shouldn't have used that while you went behind the box.
Yeah, missing that vendetta though.
If
Maybe.
you just
Yeah, don't forget the objectives.
no.
Tim, you have
You got
taken
it.
down a resistor.
You got it.
Yep.
Did I get it? I looked
did.
away at
You
the last
did.
second. I was like, I'm not gonna get it.
You did get it. Taking out
Ooh.
both Toxin and Deathblow allowed you to take that resistor and take that objective.
I think I know what Bruno's gonna do in return, though.
Yeah, you mitigated enough damage.
Yeah, there we go.
Bye bye.
There's the counter snipe.
That's all right. There's still time.
There's
He got it and then he lost it, unfortunately. But
Just
that's,
like
Still
that.
trying to get it back.
that's Lemnis Gate, baby. Well, yeah, there's still time to get it back. I mean, we've seen that happen a few times here. We've
Final round.
we've seen that happen in our practice rounds where we have blocked sniper shots. So you can, Tim, maybe try to jump in front of
Ugh, I don't know.
Bruno's sniper.
He's very on it. I need
That
to
happens
beat Striker
really
to the
fast.
punch.
Yeah.
This is going to be tricky.
It's going to be tricky. Let's have a look.
And you already used your Carl, unfortunately.
Yeah, that would
this
be
was-
the ideal.
This is one of the reasons why I chose to counter snipe with Striker this time, because I knew that he wouldn't be able to utilize the
So
shield
close.
to impede me from that.
Unfortunately, you missed it, Tim, but maybe you can make up for it with some Capitan play right here. Remember, Bruno still has one more turn in order to send out a counter play. So we'll see if he'll be able to do that. But
Oh, it would have been good to save the shield, but I don't know if I'd been able. Let's be real. If I didn't have had Carl available, I'm not sure I would have got the shield onto Striker in time anyway.
Yep.
Like that would have been a Tim special.
You wouldn't have needed to actually hit Striker, though. You could have just popped it on the box,
Pop it
and
on
that
the
could have been
ground.
enough to block the shot too, right? Yeah.
I'm not a smart
Sometimes you
man,
just need
Corey.
to block the shot.
Oh, I think this
I think
round
I
is halfway
actually
to Bruno.
might have a chance to win this.
Yep. It's been a
Because
lot
I didn't.
of
I don't see me.
Oh, you
I
killed
don't
all
think
of
I
his
took a lot
offers.
of damage here.
No, I think
So,
most of your
I think-
operatives are up as well.
there we go.
It's like
So-
down
There we
to
go.
damage points here.
That's the second half, and unfortunately, Tim has lost
Yeah.
the second half.
That's all right though.
But who wins the match? That's the question.
Well, we'll have
That's the
to
question.
flip off and we can share that.
Yeah, so let's see. We're gonna jump back here because there's some things we have to keep a little bit under wraps for the time being. But Tim and Bruno can give us the results if they need to.
I'm
we
gonna-
can.
I'm about to check it.
We're just checking now.
One. Oh,
just say-
Tim, I win, man.
Oh, you win. Yep.
That's a
100
shame.
and
Here's the best part.
124
It was
against
the 9
150.
points that he got in the first round. What won it for him?
This is actually one of the very
Was-
first times that I see
That
a
close.
0-0 score for an
Yeah.
attacking team.
Oh, yeah.
So yes, so no damage,
Good
no
job.
POs, no objectives.
Well, I
So
did some damage. There's a little damage in there, but you did a great job of countering everything that I put out there. And for the final round, which is where it matters, you'd wiped the squad and claimed victory. So yes, it turns out that those few points you got in the first half are what got the victory for you.
Yeah.
It was very close though. It was a lot of fun.
That's interesting. Hey, for once, I guess the points won instead of just the objectives, but that will happen sometimes as well.
Yeah.
And that's been about an hour. Time sure does fly when you're having
Oh wow.
fun with a brand new game. And yeah, congratulations to Bruno for winning this
Thank you.
stream. I think Tim needs to. I think Tim, we need to do some practicing so you can.
We
come-
need to do some practicing.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like we shouldn't do anything else at work now. We should take the next few weeks and
Yeah, it's
just
not
play
like we have-
Lemnis Gate.
Yeah, it's not like we have other games to.
May I say something to my fans over at the Lemnis Gate Discord? Just wanted to say thank you for believing in me. Okay, I wish I provided you with amazing gameplay today. So thanks for vouching for me. You know, I really appreciate it, and I hope you folks really enjoyed this gameplay bits that we had for you today.
Bren says, "Yeah, Bruno." So you've got some fans over in Twitch chat as well, Bruno.
Of course.
Definitely. If you don't know, there's a Lemnis Gate Discord that you can join. Just go to discord.gg/LemnisGateGame. You can follow all our social channels: facebook.com/LemnisGateGame, twitter.com/LemnisGateGame, and instagram.com/LemnisGateGame, where we post updates about the game pretty much every day. And I think we've got a operative reveal coming later this week as well.
Yes, that's right. Anybody playing and watching the icons will probably have figured out who it is.
Go back in the VOD and see if you're able to figure it out.
I mean,
Just
going
one
back in
quick
time
thing,
and checking
folks.
something is kind of what we do here.
Don't forget to also, if you want to catch some news from our studio, see what we're up to, and also get some cool news about the game that is coming out. Don't hesitate to also follow the Ratloop Canada accounts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere.
Definitely.
Go check us out.
Definitely.
Right?
I want to say a very late hello because I just saw Psykit and Osric are both in the chat.
Shout outs.
So hello, shout outs, and thank you very much for all the help with moderating as well, Heather, and of course Francesca, one of the new additions to the community management team here, has been hard at work chatting with you all as well. So thank you all for helping out.
And before we wrap up, we should mention that Lemnis Gate is launching in August 3rd.
Yes.
Yes.
I remembered correctly. And it is available for pre-order now on Steam and on consoles, if I'm remembering correctly. Tim, correct me if I'm wrong, please.
I will not.
Good, because that means I'm not wrong. And if you pre-order now, you will get a special Metal Mantis skin for the operative Carl, and you also get a special weapon skin for Carl as well. And if you pre-order,
Carl's down
here. For the
Carl,
robot.
yes.
Here.
Where do I just share? Somewhere like this.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, you
somewhere
got it.
here.
You got it.
Just gonna wave. That's
the
Carl.
robot. And
Somebody say hi to the robot.
The skin
Yes.
looks like this. So we have the skin up on the stream now.
Yeah, that
and
helps.
you also get 20% off the full price if you decide to pre-order now. And that's it for this time.
We hope you enjoyed it, and
Yes,
if you
absolutely.
did, please come and join us on Discord. You'll find me and Bruno and Corey, Jens.
And me.
You said Jens.
Yeah.
You'll see Jens twice, is what you'll see. But if you enjoyed the live stream, please come and let us know over there in Discord as well. We'd love to chat about how the games went, and who knows, maybe we'll do them a little more regularly. We'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah.
If and when we do new streams, we will of course announce it on our social channels and on Discord. So don't forget to follow us. And that's it. We're going to be signing off. So thank you to Corey and Bruno and Tim for joining us. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. And we will hopefully see you again soon. And remember, disrupt the past, change the future.
See you in the